was about to be killed, and I didn't care. I know things that I really don't need to know. For instance, I know what type of a bullet is being shot at me by its sound. I know how thick a book needs to be so you can burn it and make a dinner. Anna Karenina. I know how thick a book needs to be so you can burn it to make tea. An Old Man and the Sea. I know how to make tea using leaves from trees nearby. More importantly, however, I know how to convince myself that it actually tastes like tea. Ingenuity in the face of adversity. That's how I lived my entire life. When I was 14, I lived in Sarajevo. The most memorable moment from that time was when I was tasting mud on my lips and I was face down in it while a sniper was shooting at me. I had 3 different water canisters, one in my backpack and one in each hand that I was carrying. And I was carrying them for over 5 kilometers. We had to get water. It was a must. That moment, tasting mud on my lips and feeling the most intense fear that I thought would make my head burst. Something happened. I made a decision. I had decided in that moment that I was going to face my fears. And I was really ready to die. I was about to be killed, and I didn't care. I know what's it like walking for 5 kilometers and not having those 3 canisters of water with you because a coward who was shooting at a young girl, me, damaged 2 of them. I know what it's like not to have electricity for 4 years. And I know what it takes to create candlelight. And a candle using oil and water. No wax. But you also need a shoelace and you need a cork. And it burns. It leaves your walls dark, but at least you can see. You can see and read a little bit. You read a book, and then you have to argue with your mother which book has to be burned to make dinner. Ingenuity in the face of adversity is something I experienced before I was 14. And those are just a few of the experiences in wartime Sarajevo. Now, it's a different life. It's a life of gratitude. But to get there, I had to face my fears. And what I learned is that ingenuity is innate. It's in all of us. We just have to know how to tap into it. I had to learn. It was a must. Every time you turn that should into a must, you make things happen. We've all lived through different type of things. And we all have that innate gift. For instance, for some people, it's survival. Ingenuity in the face of adversity is survival. We all have lived through terrible things. A divorce, losing a job, losing money, losing a loved one. And what did we do? We just did it. Productivity is a face of adversity. Starting a business, selling a business, writing your first book. How did we do it? We just did. Art is a fabulous example of ingenuity. When you're armed and walking towards a canvas and armed only with the will to create, or writing a beautiful song that started only as a tune in your head. Ingenuity means that it's a must. We figure out a way how to fill in the blanks. And what matters the most is the meaning that we attach to things. Things happen, experiences happen, life happens. What matters the most is the meaning we attach to those things. Who are we in the face of adversity? Do we rise up? Do we become a survivor? Or do we fold and turn into a victim? That is our choice. That is your choice. That day, when I was waiting to be killed, I had made a decision. I had decided that I am not a victim. I was 14 and I was a girl. And what kind of a coward shoots at a girl? And then on purpose, or maybe just by lack of training, doesn't kill her, but on purpose shatters the water canisters that she carried for 5 kilometers. Ingenuity in the face of adversity. It is innate, it's there, but we need to get present to it. And we need to realize that we truly are bigger than our fears. You see, I know what paralyzing fear feels like. Many of us do. But the key is to know how to face those fears and overcome them. I heard one time it was said that a coward dies 1,000 deaths, and a brave person dies only once. That's what I thought. I thought I was going to die only once. I was hoping I was going to die only once. But on my watch, my brother and my mother, and at the time my wounded father, were not going to die because we didn't have water. What is your water? Is it making more money? Is it losing weight? Is it finding the love of your life? What is your water? Ingenuity in the face of adversity. Gratitude. Start with gratitude. When the heart is filled with gratitude, there's no space for fear. I feel so blessed to be able to go from that scared 14-year-old girl, face down in mud, to being here today. I'm humbled and I feel blessed. It was a long road, and the entire life was the one of adversity. I came to the United States without my family when I was 18, and I went to the very exotic land called Iowa. And I didn't know anyone in Iowa. And people were so nice, I thought they wanted something from me. Or I thought there was a hidden agenda. I couldn't fathom that there were people out in the world who didn't want to harm you. So it took me a while to adjust. I remember one day I was walking to school and lawnmower backfired. So guess what I did? I jumped on the ground, covered my head with my hands, and waited to see what was going to happen. All that happened was a really cute guy passing by and said, "Are you okay?" I was not going to admit I was suffering from post-traumatic stress disorder. No one knew that about me. So I invented this fathom back surgery gone wrong. And I did really well at that. But the one thing that I took so much pride in is that I would talk to other students and colleagues, and I would tell them, you know, did you thank your parents for that car they just bought you? They're like, seriously, it's just a Mustang. But I'm like, do you know how hard your parents must have worked to get you that car? I'm like, I haven't seen a car. I don't even know how to drive. That's amazing. And I kept just showing people how blessed they are. And it gave me so much pleasure because I thought people needed to be reminded. It was about meaning. Some people appreciate things and appreciate life and appreciate people in their life, and some don't. Who do you need to be the person who will appreciate others and for whom others will appreciate back? Ingenuity in face of adversity is that. It's the meaning, it's the gratitude, it's facing your fears. I've done it, and so can you, I'm sure. Thank you.